it will come alive. Lift up your 2 hands like this.
This is somewhere in Ghana, and I'm standing in the home of award-winning gospel musician Ohemaa Mercy. Now today we're spending time, we're delving into her life. Probably we're going to go to her kitchen, we go to her living room, maybe walk about the house a little, but it is all about her life as a musician. It's all about her projects as big as Tehilah. We're going to talk about that. Let's talk about some of her likes and dislikes as well. Maybe you get a chance to listen to even some of the songs she listens to, whether gospel music or not. So follow me, let's go inside and talk to Ohemaa Mercy.
You will rise again, Son of man. Can these bones live? Amen.
Listen, child of God, can these bones rise?
Hey,
In the name of Jesus, oh, thus says the Lord.
my bones come alive.
If you probably have heard about Ohemaa Mercy, you've heard interviews, you've heard, her radio shows, you've heard her talk in the media, whether TV or radio, I'm sure you've heard quite a few things. But today, okay, you will get deeper into knowing Ohemaa Mercy more than you have ever heard anywhere. For me, her journey has been over 20 years. Music, over 20 years. But then one key part of Ohemaa Mercy, her brand, has to do with this show called Tehilah. That is going into its 11th year. So as you listen to us right now, we're going to get deeper into Tehilah, okay? We're going on to the 11th edition of the show. But then, hey, it's been such a big journey for Tehilah, and we're going to get deeper into it. I'm sure there's stuff about Tehilah that you would appreciate finding out today. For me, it is one show that is very spiritual. From the beginning to the end of Tehilah is very spiritual. But then in the Christian industry, we know a lot of music shows, and Tehilah is quite different. One other thing I know about Tehilah, okay, is I know that definitely there's a journey behind every, months leading to Tehilah that you and I may never know. And that's what we're going to get deeper into today. Ohemaa Mercy is right here. Last year was the 10th year of Tehilah.
Yes.
I mean, the billboards in town, fantastic. I mean, the concept, the design, amazing. I mean, your designs and everything was so modern.
Exactly.
It was so contemporary. But then, deep down, knowing Ohemaa Mercy, listening to you on radio sometimes, I know you're a very spiritual person. And Minim said Tehilah, it's not just a music show. But in any way, Tehilah opened the door for a lot of our gospel artists to know, say, listen, I can do something. Because 10 years, to be honest with you, I think in the 5th year or so, when my attention back to Tehilah, I said, this thing has to be the doing of God, because the crowds, the overflow was somebody's concert. How has the journey been for, Tehilah, 10 years, Ayeko, 11 years, with all the way it's been put together? I mean, for me, if you can start us with the time I didn't cry by an anchor and Gabby, I appreciate it.
I think somewhere 2004. Well, I was actually in a process. If I say I was actually in the process, I was in a state where God was actually cooking me. Cooking me in such a way, say, the understanding with the journey at which they may call. And maybe I may fa. God has to take me through a lot. I have to go through disappointment. I have to go through a lot of things. A tough thing, me who said you see tronum. Who said ye any pa, and tiasie, and in nantimo etie. How I was any panine free one. Nanya a cow in your men qua, Nanya me and Casa, Edo fa baby. And to God has to take me through a lot of people I was growing up with. Na yenyina yeto nyum sorry. And at the age of 9 years, sorry, na me to nyumana. 15 years, ko secondary school really echo SDA training college. During that season, no, and me who said no, I have a gift. And yet just praying because out we Church of Pentecost. Damreku papa that or better kofuri we're actually going there to pray, singing and all that. But you will say you're quite sorry because mame sorry Church of Pentecost, so papa so you're presiding the other, so you follow them to church. And you was say sorry when you encounter with God. So I've had an encounter with the Lord at the age of 20 years. And now, me who say I'm not ordinary. So I need to position myself very well and understand Nyame Ejuma. Because me kai say ye was secondary school na me ne me nanvo me people na me yoba ne ye wo SU. Ti ye pon ye ba friends Sunday school, we go to the church, we organize all these children and we are praying. Yeah, bonfire, the move of God and the presence was so heavy. That was where I felt like laying my hands on somebody, not a manifestation of spirit in the so and then I started. I remember getting out of training college, going into because mama chirade, me who say mama chirade, me fe. Na me say no, me so me chirade. But na ministry no somea, na mi nyanti asiye. Enti me nya encounter ministry no some, but me nim baby a me ko. Me nim ane se me to nyom wa sorry. Me to nyom na se. Nyame unkrunkrum take place in Ankrofo e fall under the presence of God and I'm so fulfilled. Na madanya me asiba ba me nim baby erade de meko. And I remember say me we training college me worry and ministry no started. There is this man of God. Na me ma worry na me fan near me. And me deka intimate na fie inti na me nim se nyame e de saa de ani training me on the grounds of how to do prayer work. Me ye because I have a lot of journey. Yes, I name fee. Inti me nam kwan wa me prayer work from 2 o'clock in the night so saa de bechi neja mako school. And there's this man of God, or you're late now. Share me no say matesa wotunum na. Me feel say obeba boa me this weekend because yeah anniversary be. Do one map and no say omonfa microphone no mame na me ntunum. And in fact when I was going to the church, I said something to God. Me catch Erade say Erade me buafo ne papaya me bie mano na me tonwuma ma ne wonyira ne so obeboa me madwene ne se me hie ska de akotua rent but now God has a different
bigger picture
exactly to me do me tonwum na me enkrofo suni ade no ma me gya nwum no to no me de me call office no ka chem say mra me tonwum nyame aka na koma say omoa me no family ko studio intino the following week no or the make nti me pa ne cho say so the mbeko dia me rent yes I be to me.
You were married then? Yes,
and I say I'm going to help you. The reason why I went through a lot of process was that my go through hospital me Kwaku from Tuesday to the following week na akwalane babat known to me. And it is so amazing say a being see that say I will become not getting to almost 2 weeks na womb to me. So I needed to be rushed to the hospital. You rushing me do hospital and you say I just say you try me So I have to be at the hospital for 3 days and sana akwala no nkanenkwa eye free nisa. Ena nyame yi akwala bia na mehwe no ewo school na ye pay slip nso ekogis kantina at the end of the month no bibie ni yesika so we have to struggle. Na adie bia esi woni pa kwan mu bia wasase su bia no God has a reason. It might be very dirty. It might be very rough. But God has a reason for taking us through every bit of journey. A bit to me a your mistake. A bit to me be a negligence and a baby, but God has a reason. They may call ye. Ye try me after 1 week me be pay. We can do ya ye de me pay pen and me crodum sem be ye. So imagine me being a hospital prisoner. Na mi krumunsu ebie. Now I'm at the mercy of somebody coming to help me because it's kebi anywa ebe sande mi akutiata.
You may probably think say, Ohemaa Mercy the uncle be say that.
Oh, like my story, some of it I'm proud to share it everywhere I go. Baby anyami ye free, you know. See ye re fear. Yen to me nsum nyami.
Indeed.
So I had one nurse that came around and obebuaye and omuyi me a free hospital. Me kofi no na tawo ne da ne yem. Me nim ni besi. But nurse ni ne catering me say or the me kofi Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday na se still ane e draw no de mame no na de atare so ne ntumi anye ya. I have to go to the theater again. Ti me catch nyame say ono ye doctor pain uni me situation me sum ni yi like me tunum wa sorry. I do everything perfectly. This is the time he need to prove himself. Say oye nyame wo mabrabum say the beya even the nurse will know that he is God. Te ko Elorm behold the kakra Monday no na improvement abim and omo ye yana. So I have to walk like this for 6 months. That is part of the journey. And sana mi koshia sofunu 2000 and that was 2003 2004 2005 mi koshia sofunu se obeboa me. No de me akọ studio. Eno obi ko si me chiko sofunu ko ka kire ne se we wo de ni ko studio unya mfaso obi a woni so enti koto instrument na fa ne kobobo program ena abenya mfaso so na minim se memre na so enti no it's going to be so easy. Oh, Papa so the me studio, but I didn't know I have to go through another training. Sorry, but it was different from say ma konipem. Na eya bontene crusade.
Minister.
So God has to knock on the man of God's head through somebody or for say obe say me. For me to go through another training. Every mistake, every journey, every disappointment, I'll continue to say that it is a plus. No, the devil feels he is just squeezing you, but God is bringing something out of you. So I have to allow myself to go through that process. Mama bemembu.
How many years was that? I mean, we'll go through it for how many years? Performing, I mean, in live and stuff.
Me fan say 2004 nyina I had to a whole year go through that process.
So Bosho's and Kwa.
Bosho's ye kwe yase. Yes. Na ye co parties. I have to lead her. And 2005. I cut 2 days. I'm a fina konewie. And I'll catch him in studio.
After 1 year, maybe almost.
And no one quite fast why you to me ye and I see you. It was amazing. And or they me a bar out January. So they me bar out. And if anything, or started so or ye video. Ye video no na. Or send a home day into minty. Na see a copy Big Ben achou.
Okay.
And Big Ben, yes, and you'll be so me. And Big Ben so me. Me can't share your median when I'm say Big Ben is so me ye promote me to I think 2015-16. And oh yes, on one and you no one ye be near because that system necessary. And oh yes, or encourage ye say Yankasa yen so na yen so yesua de kakra and Yankasa you take it over. And next year, this year is 19 years, next year will be 20 years.
This is like a very long journey, trust me. You didn't say any gospel musicians ni bebre oh no sorry maybe any the choirs are good, you know. You
see the amazing and the crowd woman said I think when we came from Koforidua somewhere 2000 and near 2005 may buy out 2007 any year back year back no near Baby branding a Baby artist manager Nenyama Baby Honuma Yantiasi. But there is something about this ministry. We're ready to learn, and no matter how dirty we go through, we're ready to understand the industry itself. So we didn't joke with it. I remember 2006, no more Ghana Music Awards. I was nominated in about 7 categories, but I didn't know what it is. The only thing is that is this woman of God, Otchere, ticket my Obi I nominating me to me do her and communing the whole place was full. And then we went up there. That was I think National Theatre also. We went up there. And then I saw my name. I said, what? I didn't know anything about it. So when they mentioned my name, then we'll be jubilating.
What category Ben are winning that year?
Oh, it was about 7
gospel artists,
all the gospel categories, and the artists of the year because the song was really, really good. And see, yeah, na me catch a team and say no. We have something.
So 2007 was a big year for you, pa.
Very, very
defining moment for your career.
Very, very. So one of my sounds today, Edin Jesus, all the songs, the next songs, a car home, a demame, and then I know so many about 6 nominations, and Obey Kese, and so by and also 7 nominations, and it was on and on and on, and to God be the glory.
We can say, what be a door, okay? Make a modern gospel music.
Okay.
You have really paved way for and I mean, if you're talking about your journey and awards, I mean, gospel manager artists you are aiming for, you know, music, you know, awards, maybe gospel artist of the year, maybe discovery of the year. One called discovery crampo.
Debbie.
Straight. You headed to Gospel Artist of the Year, a couple of other categories near there. I don't know, and next out Osei gospel industry, Drew was nominated. I know, man. I didn't feeling what kind of nostalgic feeling I mean, look at today's industry. I need the role I'll play. I mean, everyone was say you've been nominated for 7 categories. Now we need more crash. So somebody had to maybe buy you a ticket or you know to go. This was the gospel nana member.
Me say
that was you in
where we're coming from, and the understanding of gospel music was far from even the award. And I mean, because here there yet to say Elder Mreku Papa is one great man of God. So when in Antia, you can't joke when it comes to unyamenyama. Obemo when say e bano agro dia na ubenyamimu a yemfe ni agro. Be serious with God. And God will be serious with you. Because we actually want to see our ministry healing people, deliverance take place, and crofo enya na that was the vision. And na ye many parties the power in music and in the gospel ministry there is something about it ye experience here. Award the onyamesha that the count because when I think somewhere 2012 and 16 na President Kufo Emma award na me kwahwe yesimidin. And I was like, me de na my yepa. But say nyamimre so say o pejawa ana o ye pripi ana o pejawa obi anyone mo betumi esi anokwan. And I saw myself there holding the award, and I realized, let God do his own thing.
In this gospel industry, me who say me share gospel artists be at a point when Philly say, am I at the right place? I mean, you were a teacher.
Yes.
At a point, you decided, say, Otchere Debi, Bejagana for Kwarana. Other people like Chomade. I'm thinking, at a point, Bay now decided, say, and your hand and Oppong, or the Shasi, and no, the about basic gospel music was a career, you know, and everything. At a point, Bain now decided to say Adewe. And how did you feel? I mean, to your parents who knew so you had go school so but say you know all that. Maybe as to your husband who probably feel so. Say day to day we need to live.
Of course.
At a point, Bain now decided to say Debbie. I
think 2007 when.
That's early on in your career.
That's true. Now, made my second album never out, and the journey was so heavy, and now I feel vision. No, you can see. I love teaching, seeing kids in the classroom and mingling with them and teaching them was amazing. Sometimes me na me child your class too. You go to class, you have to be jumping and singing and all that. So I love teaching in the classroom. But ministry by in 2007, na me de edin Jesus ne me wuda na fide me rapik ne pa, and I realized Canada for we here, you were moving all over, and leaving the classroom was something that hammy. I have to go to my supervisor. I said, the ministry near Kasian. I want to get out of class. Now, meaning say, I will definitely come back. Now I didn't know I was prophesying. Even I'm more teaching than being in the classroom.
Exactly.
Because I have a lot of people that come to me for directions and all that. So teaching will still be part of me. And Mijidi said, I had a revelation somewhere 2019. Na me bompa me call mountains and me who say I say me enufo bebre wo me ho. Ti me sorry I mean him say serious was me sugunya me say radiji me free mo. Then I went to my father and I said nyame ayo so bad time. Enufo na wo hunu bebre wo hunu che say eni perfume mia beba benum ana. Enti so was say wo your bad time. God has positioned you like that. So that was where we had the living room where I had a revelation, and God said, gather the young women and gentlemen, bring them under an atmosphere for them to understand what worship is, so that when they go out there, they can really minister well. So that was where we had the revelation about the living room, where I come up with my sons and daughters, we gather together, we pray, and then we minister.
Tell us more about that. I mean, living room experience, because I think it's been a bigger part of you,
that is true.
Your ministry.
I think that means revelation and a vision about 2020 when we're in the COVID season. And I make us, okay, we're not going out, so why not bring my sons and daughters together and then minister to the people that are home and can't go anywhere. So that was where
internet are big.
Yes, yes, and that was where we started. Quarterly, and I'm telling you, last year we did it at Prophet Kofi Drew's church. It was big. I don't know what's going to happen this year.
You know, because I think when I came to Accra,
okay,
you were on which station, Accra? Is it okay?
Neat FM.
Neat.
That was the beginning of Neat FM.
Good. Na me share social media. Na me in your show.
We're doing all night and all that.
Praying. I mean, it distinguishes you as a gospel artist.
Hey, I'm telling
you, sir.
I'm not the only. I had the privilege of Father Dixon identifying that, and he actually said he wants me to begin like doing worship any other day, just to come on the radio to encourage people, and I was very happy. Another opportunity for me to do something. And see, you started, and I mean, said you see control, and for almost 8 years, you know, the condition Yamidian Munyam said, Unyamin Namsa radio program, so I am Yama be brave. 2 years in Nasa me could leave, but
leave now.
The condition Yamidian Munyam said the radio program was something that made me understand God more, because you need to pray. God will direct you as to into the word of God, what you have to go and preach. Now, and you're preaching poor many so now they are done it before. Yeah, we have to be doing all night. We have to be preaching, and it was one of the radio program consistently people fell in love, and they love it is a morning devotion. To me, and you obey on Ohemaa Mercy.
Exactly.
Now, why your morning devotion, not just say what they call.
And for me, it defined you as and it's still I define you as a gospel musician, because the name of most of our gospel musicians, a few of them we can identify them by their style, fashion statement, fashion sense. A few of them, and we are not saying it's a bad thing, you know. But Ohemaa Mercy, you would associate strong spiritual sense, you know, to it. Out. Didn't mind sitting on the radio. I mean, just as every pastor will wake up, and then wake up at dawn.
I just want to give out this another revelation. I remember when we started the radio program, that was where on Facebook, you know, and so Ababe popular. So we decided to do the preaching and the live, and we had a lot of bashes. Who are you to preach on Facebook? Who are you and all that? And then out of what we were doing, it actually encouraged lots of people, and that was where during COVID, you know, and some
of your statements were very strong those times, also. Some of your personal standing,
and it was happening
on issues there. Yes. Pretty strong.
Another revelation about Bonica on the Facebook and then on the radio. I remember one of the days we were talking about forgiveness. Pain, jai pain mu. Near the end, there was this woman that said something. I think 3 of them. So when ni kunu nete. But ni kunu na ye na di enti no. Onjai no nemu mo be kuno. No wa fe japade. Enti ni ano o ye ne se oyam pentoa. Ena wodi gu aduane mu mani kunu ne kakrakra. Ono anso na so ni kunu de ne ko hospital. Okoye ne yesi ni kunu ne enso no hu nyina etutu.
Interesting. Ono ade de hospital so.
Ono ano kona se doctor ne ka asem no a. Na eye ne ya. Odim so ono ano ye nti no. Ye ka bone ka yesi wonje mu no. Osre nyame se onfa nche. Me ka already fidie so se woni obi wo ho. Na se niam ankoyi. Na o feel se maya nye ya mutumi separate e bompae nyame mre so obetumi dance obeye bone e wo bone a ana se pain a wo fem. And in fact no de why a bone a nyame ntumi mfa nchew say out of pain wo bekum obi and no de onipa na yo bone de now so aketua na wo de manipa no ebema heaven above. The best thing is that if you are going through pain or if you are in a marriage, na so wa ya na enye ya you separate ni abompae ni esu egu nyame so say ombrem no sesa each other than to kill the person.
Me ma me futu ba kwa na o tie the mama pa say Agyemang are you able to do Agyemang?
Of course, straight away.
And he say Ohwene sa we ndo be kobon sam gem dia. Maning how say be free.
Ba akokra de o say because of neani kunu no eye ne nti. Omo baketwa like onyem no. Pain no our family ne nti no. Akoyi na to toilet.
So Ohemaa, seriously, I mean your music ministry. Okay. It is more of a spiritual journey. It's more of a healing journey. It's more like that time in your life that you were performing out there.
That's true.
Now about shows, talking to people, crusades near there. That's your ministry because the Ohemaa Mercy we know, and that will bring me back to a discussion about Tehilah, which is a big part of who you are. Yes. You know, for this year being the 11th year. Yes. It looks to me it's a journey that doesn't just begin.
No.
It looks to me, say, the preparation to every August, right, is bigger than the show itself.
That is true.
I don't know if you can take us through that journey because one of the even last year, watching Tehilah, looking at the ministration, the healing at a music concert. It's no more a music concert.
We've had a lot of testimonies, we've had a lot of experience. Some of the experience we had at the grounds, we don't even show it. Tehilah is something I don't know how to describe it. It is God himself. Yeah, creating altar no one can directing the preparation. Yenya on one kasabeba dwell in it. No, I nade. If you look at Tehilah Experience as Ohemaa Mercy, it has turned into a different thing. It is for the people.
Yeah.
I had to say pilgrimage. I had to say festival. And I had to say onyame encounter bia. Me na vision ni kura me nankasa me kura na sankrofo kura te ase echeme because of what they come to the grounds to experience. And niema no ye different say e ka de hye nyame die ni monyam say onya ni presence da. I don't remember every year and the kind of presence that God brings, because let's take from 2013. We started a vision, not understanding it well. Because vision by 2012, na me ti play mo ame call California and then so you have cooked a lot of food for me. I am still thirsty. And there is something you have not added. So I was so confused. I was writing things. I was hearing voices. I was writing things. So when I got down, I have my fathers, Reverend Anthony Kujo, Prophet Ano. I have a lot of fathers. I'm a IGP on the mountains and all that. And when I mostly get messages and all that, I go to all of them for confirmation. I don't just get up to do anything. So when I had the revelation, I called my father, and then one evening when I settled down, I said, this is the messages I was having when I was in the plane. And then they told me straight away, said, Onyame so why you doing na man message bia o de ama obi a o de akọ aka de ba ko a o de aso a wonya nti ase enu nti na wasan boso enu ne se usi afori miki a eya adehwam e de ama no awurade true worship na me say na enu ye de na me nye concept na like enkrofo embra na ye worship. And as I say, my mommy 2013, me National Theatre. Na me invited anyum to four anyway. Ye bejina me bobo minum. Ye ya penya me unkronkro. So why are there na so no?
This is not.
This is not what. You still need to go deeper into it. So I have to leave home, go to the mountains, and pray. So that was where. Me revelation it's funny, but I'll tell you the understanding. Revelation say odwan egu osono so. Asiedu say odwan egu osono so no dimrika. Na osono ni odwan de. So osono so chen odwan. It be here that become papa no one say my okese ba hunu eniama nketo no de metena ase no say nyame pese se de jiufo no mo ti nyame ase no mo create presence manum sa na nyame pese wo de wo ko enti suade enti me bompa na nyame say the next thing I'm giving you is that every year is going to be a team on it. So I remember 2000, we have to hold on 2014 because still Anaminya revelation here. 2015, Nanyame say, and yet a ho and I'm pese we see us for Mukiano, Fakwa sorry. Damn. See, I sorry them with you. And him
sorry, Bang.
I sorry, Bang. And I'll catch them and say, oh, we are. Unji gate fee. Me pese wo bie pono no man krofo a wo ma bre me awurade me hye wo tie na me friend papa Reverend Anthony Kujo ICGC Calvary Temple na me catch say this is what the Lord has no sibra. I also had the same revelation for you. So the church is there for you. We will help you, and to God be the glory. Anytime I do Tehilah Experience, it's like a festival for the church.
Yeah.
They do everything from my microphone that I will hold the workers in the church to sound. I don't pay a dime. And Nyankopon Otchere say you should create prayer warriors where they will be interceding and praying. Say nyame presence be kese wo program na say 2015 live at the church auditorium na obia or fibroid ni ya rushing in the toilet na fibroid dey pee. Lot of healings were taking place just under the atmosphere of worship. Me yamo shame. Oh, so when nyame nam na one tenase, no one yet discipline, no one fa baby a wode wo fa, you will miss a lot. Just being obedient to ade Awurade pese me ye no na niema meti ase ne enti Awurade se me nye ne free is somebody oba ho no abeso me mu abonten wona nkrofo so me mu na obi kure to me week na branti be book to dwe wo manim no se Ohemaa ma bre me pese me giant sano in fact etwe madwene ko me nua no so na me se o mama me nsuo na me hwie nsuo edigu no so da me se ade bi obonefo ne dia to so bia ne sa spell no me yi free so fiti ne ko hunum nsem biom and to God be the glory. That gentleman is a police officer.
Interesting. Yebeba to the preparations and the build up to every Tehilah. Tehilah 11 is also coming up. 11th edition is also coming up. But then I'm just asking, is there a time? Because it looks like you've had 11 successful events. Is there a time you thought, mean to me, I feel mean to me?
Tehilah process started free the very day we end Tehilah Experience. Now the next one, the preparation has started. And I remember somewhere 2020. And COVID in a sea. And to me, I had Tehilah Experience. 2021. I got out of marriage, so I was actually in a very, very serious state. Every woman that is watching me, our Kwasi will understand, say, it's not an easy journey. And basically, it was my ex that was doing everything. Maybe honest and my spiritual side, now I know it take over. So I have prayed, but I'm sure. I have.
Because he wasn't in it at that time.
At that time, I was alone. I had a lot of people around me, but vision, ekra me. So I've na mene Madam Fusofubi and then namna unya ode Soul Brothers amo Australia ebedom me say omo ba be so me mu na me ministry no epeja enti Ghana hands no there's this gentleman or a very forceful and a ban edwuma ya onfa ndiagro enti me friend Abrante, a friend of KOKA. Everybody knows KOKA in the industry. Then by na Mr. KOKA. Yes, I mean Tehilah Experience. I mean fan no mumbra bonte, but me sure. You know, I've never done this. Going out there to talk to people and to engage people in terms of the branding side and on marketing. Me brother Yunswa or Babe Bua me Yunsu Nigana. I need help. What do you think? Me pese me ministry biem. Oje hu sen. Onyankopon betumi de ade bi akasa. Se nyankopon se ode ebo ebe kasa. Ama wetumi eduru bebi a wo se wa Awurade be you should be bia. A lot of people around me. But the way that gentleman encouraged me, no catcher me said, do you know what God has made you? Me and Kasameko out there, I'm going to market you. We will have a lot of people that will be on board to help us. Because I had nothing. And that thing shook that fear out of me. And I started praying. And in fact, anytime I look at him, coming around me, telling me what is about to come my way, it boosted me energy to say, it to me at Tehilah Experience 2021. And I thank God for that gentleman's life. And for me, Soul Brothers, and Suffer Dixon, all of them came around to make it work. Baby be omo obi anyame enhira. From there no, and I mean who said no. When everybody is not around you, say ka won kuma onyankopon betumi aye bribi. I want to encourage everybody. Be ana wo fa niamam o eniama wo fam no tumu say adwuma bi na wo ye. Ase adwuma na gu. Wo de won sa koso bribi mu asay. But God is bringing just one thing that can change everything around you. So holding on and looking up to God is the ultimate goal. Because Radi said, many panya ketua na we Radi nyankopon nye kesiye. Minim ni ami beye. But say, unam abranti emu kasa dia. Enya abranti ene kasa ne emu me we Radi na wo kasa. Ntine masom. And I would take the move. And I was shocked.
So Tehilah has never been about money.
It has never. I have to sell some of my cars. I have to draw everything from my account. It was 2021. And then Vodafone, other companies that comes on board to help. But it was actually from us.
There was a time you sold
everything.
To do a show that you don't charge.
God told me 2002 that if something has not fallen on the ground, say bibin Kwasi no ma bibie no we betumi afifi. E was a baby wo hono ma sika bi wa anya me de bless wa. Enya wo dia. E yo no erade dia. Yenye bibia na yedi. So when God gave me that revelation, it has helped me and no na sustaining my ministry e de besinde.
Last year, 2023 edition, big. I mentioned it. I mean, your creatives were solid. Everything. I mean, the billboards, never chrome, never pa. It means, I said, Tehilah, you set a standard. You set a bigger standard. Seriously, I'm looking forward to 2024.
I remember, say, I started Tehilah Experience when the vision came for 2015. Yenya team, the first team was the Ram's Horn. So I have to come up with a picture that depicts holding a ram's horn, announcing what is about to happen. And do you know somebody saw the billboards and ran to church? So whatever we do, it's not just picture. It's not just doing billboards. It's not just, say, artwork. But every artwork need to speak to the people. Tinyameka chere me say me fe nipa no mo bani nyina mfa fasting and prayer mo. The whole of July is fasting and prayer for everyone that is. That's why on Facebook we engage 30 days fasting and prayer. For us, yeah, they started by April mo. Yeah, I joining them. So preparing ourselves towards that program nankasana is not just say oh yeah concert. Tehilah is not a concert. Tehilah untumi nkase me fani say crusade in so. But Tehilah is standing on its own. Aforimuki a ye tudie si honuma. Nyame ba obeye na dia no kona afibia waba. A lot of people coming out from South Africa, other African countries. We have a lot of people coming from Canada, Germany, and obia obebiano. Omo omunya testimony power. Omo ba omuhia awo. Dana me esre me shedana me zida fedia papa fedia awona. When the program here because we have a lot of testimonies enkrofo eba omokwa na nyame amomoba. There's this lady that came from Germany 2 years ago. I think said no so here ba oba ya de chin ya no sanko, and to God be the glory on tafo. Testimonies the see can a dozen.
You know, the 2024 edition is coming up. in August, every year, just as we know, we're going to delve deeper into this year's edition. In fact, it's our own Tehilah concert, Biada. I'm hoping Christian community, Ghana as a whole, we will make this year probably maybe a recognized, maybe Christian event.
That's true.
For this year. That you see, we pause everything because we've gone to concerts, we've gone to shows. But then what happens at Tehilah Christian community? Let's build something, okay? Let's come together and build something that others can come together and emulate us. And this year, that's what we're hoping to. And so we're going to find out this year the theme. We're going to find out what preparations are going to it. We're going to find out what projects are in place in the build-up to Tehilah 2024. So we're getting deeper into Tehilah 2024. You've gotten all the experience, you've gotten how important this is in your life, even as a Christian, even as a non-Christian, because Minjin say a Christopher Tehilah. Okay. This year we want to get deeper into, as we are preparations, you're ready, what's the theme most importantly for this year? What are the expectations to Ohemaa all carry all the burden of Tehilah? This year, small who are some of the artists who are coming on the stage for this year? We're looking at that right now. So 2024, I believe what your plans are said that I believe maybe the theme, I don't know, do you have your theme this year already?
We're actually praying on 2 themes, and during prayer, this year, by the grace of God, it's actually going to be there. Yana money surprise, but we have not left the preparation towards Tehilah Experience, and it's something that is more important to me than anything. Adiebi ewa kumanim, adiebi ewa dreaming. Yini na to go, and sometimes ye kase ye fasting no, and ye say Otchere uyemu kom keke. But you drawing yourself closer, and not just drawing closer, but you are expecting something from God. Wa bompaye, wa ye nyame nyina, but ye di ye wejidie se, ye peja yensa, ye sorry nyame no. O nyame be dane niama. Said ya, or ye na enfie duni no. Ya share X1 ase, and I believe that God is going to begin something in your life. I'm just urging everybody to start preparing yourself towards Tehilah Experience. Watadi a o to uduku a o bebo mpabu akra a o hye shase se o prepare na shase prepare wakoma ene wadwene. And this year it's going to be too massive. Because I've had a lot of calls, not only in Ghana, but said the Afibia and Crofo free Anane panel. This year, you be now who be brave. So when you are in, it's a war Ghana and Kwadia, start preparing yourself towards Tehilah Experience. And we know that we begin at 4, but 12 now. And this year I'm giving you the date. Is on the 11th of August. It's coming on the 11th of August, and we have not changed the venue. By the grace of God, God has given us a new venue, and that is the Oil Dome.
Oh.
enti ewa na this year so ye beye no nti mesrew this year brantem no am hadwin say menya inside ntina because even last year the oil dome was also full for a lot of people standing outside. Come early, and I believe that very soon unyame bema a stadium na yasin but oil dome is we have a lot of space. Yeshishe nkonwa ene nneama ebetumi agi obia said ya utie bia na maka na last year nyame ma ye venue nti this year so ehwa na ye sign akotel se nyame be ma ye direction say afi de yemfa nkwa abontin. And we have wonderful ministers from Nigeria, from America, and Ghana too. And Mijidi said, this year something will happen. That is what I believe.
In the build-up to Tehilah, in the build-up to August, I feel preparation, is it going the same way? And I say new additions be Ababeka home. I mean, how your fans and people can join in even in the build-up to...
There's a lot of changes. But on the fact of we doing our fasting, the whole of July has not been exempted. We do prayer walk. But this year, there's a lot of change in announcements. What we are about to do in the year, this year, kakra. Tine drew honoma, yebemo biati, 1 year, yebabe. And tisa o kaswa all the way, Winneba, de fa, dodo wani wedding in nano. Shall say prepare. We will actually give you bass and so this year. Na ama unko ene wombano. I am very smooth and so the amount.
You know, one of the biggest stories I have heard at Tehilah had to be Nanama McBrown's story. but in the same way, I believe there are thousands of McBrowns out there, who are supposed to have an experience. There are thousands of people who will encounter God in a different way. I mean, most concerts, fine, but I think you leave Tehilah and you leave light. You leave light because you see when you're BBF.
That's true.
Share a bit about the McBrown story, Kakra. I mean, for those who probably may be hearing for the first time.
McBrown is my sister, and we pray. Me, I believe in prayer. When you come around me, it is prayer. Ni abon komo kakra, ni I share experience kakra. But I will tell you that me fapim nempaye. Enti bimu ye dia ye bebo mpaye. Enti during prayer na Yankopon my Achede magazine. And she came to Tehilah Experience. And by the grace of God, Yenya magazine. That about Tehilah Experience. So I'm not just coming to Tehilah, but I believe by the time I make home, na adiena ya bohum paye na nana miaye. Jidieni adia ye ni uniye. But there is something that Bible says. Say, uwo jidie ti se sinapia ba. Ohwe sinapia ba ya de ketuwedu. But it bet to me a move mountain dia. And there's still an remna near machia. Ujidie newu. And by lo and behold, I think that 2 months time, and then yami share ni hu eni monyam. Na wa ya ba na say, but wait here, unyame preserve my. And no Ohemaa Mercy na ye. I always tell the Nanama McBrown say, en kase Ohemaa na ye. Nemu erade na mo mpaya ye nyina ye boy. And nyame oba Tehilah Experience so Otchere wade. Ti ye kadishe nyame die no nyam said these are one testimony. In fact, out of millions. I have a lot of Ohemaa Mercies out there. I have a lot of Tehilah babies out there. And ni nyina wo papa nsem me kadishe nyame die no nyam say e ya chede a wo de chekwa e bata ye obi e hwe me keke. I think 2021 oba no se me ni boy Ohemaa Mercy enimu kura keka me gidi se me conceive and it happened. I don't know the kind of crazy faith people come to Tehilah Experience with. There was this lady that came to Tehilah Experience with the Omucha blocks. No, 6 months ni entobi. Into about Tehilah Experience, no sia baako e de ba se mentina konwa bia so we so na metena. Me gidi se me sori nya me a me wie na me kɔ no. Onyankopɔn be ma ya beto blocks no. O say 2 weeks time. Blocks there e go ni nyina na e di 6 months no obi so hwehwɛ 5 hollow blocks for so many months and nyame e direct no mo buy and o say ntua ye to say o wie ni dan no. You see, enye just an experience. It is not just an atmosphere. It is different from every concert you have ever gone to. This one, don't just come to entertain yourself. No. In fact, you'll be disappointed because everybody is serious. I need something from the Lord. Hannah did the same thing. It was the way there. So for Agyemang come, say bribi wo mi mu eba. Emma so for bia ka bibia kyerɛ me. Now so me problems nyina of this one me hwie makoma mu amawrade me nya me bekɔ apam. Until Hannah went into a covenant with the Lord nka yenya bosha ne okura. In fact, so for okura no was already dem wo di for okura wo hu Hannah no are confused. So there is this kind of atmosphere you create. You are not looking at your friends. You are not looking at anybody. You mean business with the Lord under the atmosphere of Tehilah Experience. And that is what I always tell people that say, Obiba, no, they are dancing kwa. E dia no ye bisa. Now so wo ba fasa adwene sa fabra. 3 sisters eba Tehilah Experience. Baako eba no so Annane ensuoto 2022 ensuoto people were standing outside. Ensuoto heavily and they were standing in the rain worshiping. Omo bi ense nyina gu landing sesi ame no kase. E die no omo ye. Omo hunu said there is something about it maybe me must be hwe nipa na emu me be sorry rade instrument ebo bibi ebo but me sorry nyame a me gidi say me hawi me nkofie the same. And by the grace of God, Tehilah Experience has given birth to lots of testimony. And I'm urging you this year, 2024, start preparing yourself. Don't just come to Tehilah Experience. Come well prepared. 30 days fasting na ye no fa ho hyemu bi. Emrantie enye adwuma. Emaba aba aware ne de mpacho edoso. Enye crusade. And then ya sorry. Nemo a grounds are nyame should prepare or the yenejuma.
I believe if you're watching us now and probably you're catching us on social media, we might want to hear a few more of your testimonies as well. I mean, the Ohemaa Mercy, so you can go on the comment section wherever you catch this interview and share it over there. This year, I mean, are you setting on some of the people who are joining? I mean,
yes, of course. Sisi Chum is an icon for Tehilah Experience. Joe Metal, MOG, and we have a lot of surprises for you from Nigeria and other parts of African countries. One powerful lady amepena asempa. Unsunim no ubehuno. Why?
It's so powerful.
Too powerful.
I'm sure. Watch out for all the communication materials that will come out. Billboards, I mean, promos about. If you watch out, I'm sure you catch. But between now and then, we're all expectant for Tehilah 2024.